Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into something I think we all crave, especially after a long year. Those super revitalizing destinations, the kind of places that just leave you buzzing with good vibes.
Absolutely. That feeling of being refreshed, renewed.
Yes, but this is key. We're exploring how to tap into that without, draining our bank accounts.
Right. Finding that sweet spot, incredible experiences, but with mindful spending.
Exactly. And a recent podcast, it was all about financially abundant travel. They had some amazing picks that kind of sparked this whole deep dive. Like, take Bali. I mean, it's practically synonymous with spiritual journeys, right? But I'm so curious about the budget side of those experiences.
Well, what's fascinating about Bali is it truly caters to a range of budgets. It's totally possible to have an authentic experience without breaking the bank, like Ubud, for example. It's often called the cultural heart of Bali.
I've heard so much about Ubud.
It's incredible and surprisingly affordable. Imagine strolling through those vibrant green rice paddies.
Oh, wow. With the morning mist still kind of hanging in the air.
Exactly. It's a truly immersive experience. You connect with the land, the Balinese people's deep reverence for nature.
It's more than just scenery, isn't it? It's like those experiences get under your skin, make you feel something deeper.
That's it, exactly. And Ubud's got this magic about it. You can find these really charming, budget-friendly accommodations that feel like they're worlds away from everything.
I bet.
And don't even get me started on the food. Just imagine. Delicious, inexpensive meals, all made with super fresh, local ingredients.
It's like nourishment for the body and soul. That really resonates with me. Okay, Bali is officially on my list. But, speaking of feeling connected to something bigger, our source also highlighted a destination that might be a bit closer to home for some of us. Sedona, Arizona.
Sedona. Now there's a place where the landscape itself just hums with this unique energy. Those dramatic red rock formations.
Oh, yeah, they're incredible. I saw pictures. Just stunning.
They're not just visually striking. They're thought to be powerful energy vortexes.
Really, I've always been kind of fascinated by Sedona. But hearing you describe it, it's like I can almost feel that energy, even through the podcast. What are some ways our listeners could actually experience that firsthand, without spending a fortune?
Well, the amazing thing is, some of the most powerful experiences in Sedona are totally free. Picture this. You're hiking through those red rock canyons, the sun's warm on your skin. The only sound you hear is the wind in the trees.
Wow.
It's a sensory experience that just connects you to the rawness, the beauty of nature, that energy that permeates the entire landscape.
It really makes you realize how powerful just being in nature can be, There's that grounding, that connection. It's something I think, a lot of us are searching for these days.
Absolutely, that desire to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
It often draws people to places like, our next stop, Rishikesh, India.
Rishikesh, the yoga capital of the world. Even if you're, not a yogi yourself, that name just evokes this sense of tranquility, spiritual seeking.
It really does.
But what I find fascinating is how that spirituality kind of goes hand in hand with affordability in Rishikesh.
You're so right. Rishikesh is a perfect example of how you don't need luxury to go on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
Imagine this. You're sitting on the banks of the Ganges River, the sacred Ganges.
Wow.
Its currents are flowing, and it's like a mirror to your own breath as you meditate. It's incredible, really. Rishikesh is a place where, ancient traditions are just woven into everyday life. It creates this atmosphere of reverence, introspection.
It's like the very air you breathe there is infused with a sense of peace, purpose.
Precisely. And here's the best part. You can totally immerse yourself in all of that without, emptying your wallet. Rishikesh has tons of affordable ashrams, guest houses.
Oh, cool.
You can deepen your yoga practice, meditate by the Ganges, connect with kindred spirits from all over the world.
It's like stepping into a whole different rhythm of life, one that prioritizes, inner exploration, connection. And speaking of connection, our final destination takes us to a place where the lines between the physical and the spiritual, they kind of just blur. Machu Picchu. I know you might be thinking Machu Picchu on a budget, but our source actually had some really interesting takes on this.
Yeah, it's true. Machu Picchu can feel like, a splurge, especially when you factor in flights, entrance fees, all of that. But here's the thing. Imagine yourself standing among those ancient ruins. You're surrounded by mist, that incredible Incan citadel above the clouds. This isn't just a tourist spot,
Right.
It's a place steeped in history, mystery. There's this palpable energy there that's Well, it's hard to even describe.
It's like taking a step back in time, tapping into something truly ancient, awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
But how can someone actually experience that on a budget?
Okay, so instead of that traditional and often pricey train ride, you could choose to hike the Inca Trail or the Salcantay Trek.
Okay, I've heard of those.
There are these multi-day hikes that wind through the most breathtaking landscapes. Ancient Incan ruins, remote villages. You really get to experience the magic of the Andes Mountains up close.
So instead of just like, getting there, you're really immersing yourself in the journey itself.
Yeah.
It's like choosing the scenic route instead of the highway.
Right.
You get to the same destination, but the experience is totally different.
Exactly. And that's what's so amazing about exploring these energized destinations on a budget. You have to be resourceful, open to adventure. Sometimes the most, profound experiences, they come from going off the beaten path a bit.
Totally. It really challenges that idea that you have to choose between a trip that's fulfilling and, being financially responsible. You can have both.
Yeah.
But that kind of brings up a thought. We've talked about the energy of these destinations, right? But does everyone who goes to these places actually feel that energy? What about those people who are, a little more skeptical?
That's such an interesting question, and it really speaks to how subjective travel can be. So while these places might be known for a certain energy, how that's actually experienced, it's different for everyone. Think of it like this. You can appreciate, say, a beautiful painting without knowing everything about the artist's life story.
Right. You can still just connect with the art itself.
Exactly. It's the same with these places. Maybe you don't necessarily believe in energy vortexes, but you can't deny the beauty of Sedona's red rocks or, the awe-inspiring history of a place like Machu Picchu.
It's about being present, open to the experience, letting yourself be moved by the journey, whatever that journey looks like for you.
Beautifully said. And at the end of the day, the most transformative souvenirs we bring back from our travels, they aren't material things, right? It's the memories. It's the lessons we learn, the ways in which we allow ourselves to be changed by the places we visit.
I love that.
Yeah.
Such a good reminder that the true value of travel, it's about that personal growth, that transformation that it inspires. So to everyone listening, embrace those adventures, explore with open minds, and remember, energized travel. It's out there waiting, no matter your budget. Happy travels, everyone.